Should college athletes be paid? The question to that, to me, is close to the right question. Should college athletes be paid? The answer is it depends. I love the super stickers. I'm coming to you. But the question for me, Sam, is should college athletes have the opportunity to be paid? And the answer is 100% yes. 100% yes. Now, all of them should be paid? No, you should be rewarded for your value. And so there are 100% college athletes, and notice I'm not using the term student athletes intentionally, that should be paid. Okay, if you don't know the history of the term student athlete, you should do some research on it, because it's well worth understanding how we're at this point with college athletics, and this idea that it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Whether it's handled through the courts or the NCAA dragging their feet, college athletes will have the opportunity to generate revenue through name, image, and likeness, and then eventually through hardcore salaries, and they'll be earned what they can. There's just no way that you can have unpaid labor and have old white guys as college football head coaches making nearly double-digit millions of dollar salaries and have it be okay. You just can't. It's just not going to happen. And so change takes time, and that's just the way it is. So great question, though, Sam. Use the coupon code TheQBSchool and get $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Again, thanks for supporting the show. Code TheQBSchool. Scares me, a football fan. People are getting softer as times go by, as life gets easier. What about football moving forward in the future nationally? It's funny, I did a interview today for a magazine, Mel Magazine, and I'll share it whenever it comes out. But it was a great conversation. And they asked me a really good question just about this. And the answer for me, if I'm being honest, is I don't know what that looks like. I think I see both sides of potential futures for football. I think the easy argument for the decline of football is you look at two things. One, the example of like boxing, what boxing was, a century ago, and what boxing is now. Not that it doesn't exist, but I would say classify it as a fringe sport. I just would, for a number of different reasons. I would look at the type of population that does boxing, and in all of those things. The other example that I would give is the participation in youth football is declining. Now, I don't have like any sort of longitudinal statistics. Like, I'm a researcher, but I haven't done the research. I'm not going to pretend that I have, but I'm pretty sure my kind of simple understanding of everything that I've seen recently is that national averages are declining on participation in high school football, youth football. And that doesn't promote a strong future for the sport. Those two things scare me. Now, the things that make me excited about the future of football is I feel like football's already changing. It's already a different game than it was just 10 years ago. It's already a safer game. It doesn't mean that it's safe. It just means that it's safer than what it was, and it's getting better, it's improving. But at the same time, just look around my community in San Diego. There's not a lot of parents that are fired up to have their kids play tackle football. There just aren't. People are playing lacrosse. People are doing water polo. People are doing anything to take anything from collisions away from their head. And it might be one of those things, I always think, I'm a weird guy to begin with, but like, just imagine 2,000 years from now, you're a social scientist, you're doing a study on the civilization, United States, back in the 2000s. And they played this crazy violent game where people got injured and they had head diseases that they couldn't figure out what was going on. And they did this to each other and they volunteered for it. To me, it's like almost like, kind of like how I think of like gladiators. Like, most of them were obviously slaves, but like they were fighting people and killing themselves. Not millions of years ago, thousands of years ago. And so how will people look back and evaluate our society and playing these type of games? Now, obviously for me, I believe in it, and I believe we can make it safer and better really quickly because I'm in it, and I think I can help. And so I'm excited about it. But that's kind of, I wrestle with that. I don't have an easy answer for you.